Hello and welcome everybody to the latest episode of the War of Inheritance. When last we left our heroes, they had travelled down into the Underdark and dispatched an aboleth through some magical shenanigans, a whole bunch of axe chunking, and a sorcerer leeching its power. The aboleth has started to descend into the lake, and our heroes were hit by a wave of arcane energy. As they were, it affected each of them slightly differently. Neve, the druid, you felt the ripple of magic come from the aboleth as the creature was destroyed, and it surged into you, infusing you with part of its essence. As you were controlling the water to hold the aboleth up and help the others in the fight, you feel your connection to the water grows stronger and has been made slightly permanent. A small rune, much like the runes that are covering Iris, has branded into your wrist.
What?
Freya, having been mind-controlled several times by this aboleth and creatures in its employ, and feeling the control of the aboleth break moments before the aboleth swamped into you with its dying magic, you have a pair of tattoos that have appeared either side of your temples. Please gain proficiency in wisdom saving throws. York.
Yo.
You had a protection from good and evil spell up as the aboleth died, and as the divine magic hit the magic of the aboleth, you feel the protection from good and evil spell sink into your skin. You are marked on either side of your neck with a pair of runic tattoos. These are the same, you each have the same tattoo. A pair of runic tattoos, Neve, they're on both wrists, Freya, either side of your temple, and Jorg, they are on your neck. And you have a semi-permanent protection from good and evil spell up now, because it has woven itself into your skin. Such was the force of the blow. That is the level 7 paladin ability that you get.
Oh, yes,
That's what that is. And Iris perhaps gained most of all, as you felt the power from the aboleth surge up and into you. The creatures on your shoulders, Colm, the aspect of Black Dragon, and the Nameless Angel were reaching in and pulling power from this aboleth and sharing it with you. You have gained the spell Sending, you have gained the spell Banishment, and
oh my gosh.
As you were there sucking power up from the aboleth, the angels say, "This is fine work, my child. Fine work." And you feel your sleep spell morphing. The rune that you have simply gains a couple of strokes and becomes a new rune, and you can lose sleep and gain hypnotic pattern. While you are still on top of the aboleth and draining power, Ezekiel, the dwarven sorcerer, didn't waste any time, and you felt his attention shift to you a little bit, and your Burning Hands rune has been hollowed out and emptied as that power flowed from you and into him. Okay, hello, the last great Time Lord. We are dealing with the aftermath. As the wave of psychic magical energy from this dying aboleth slams into and marks each of our heroes. The two sentient weapons in their possession, Shunsui, the great blade of the west, and Thunder, the mighty axe of Lancelot, both speak to their wielders and warn them that things will be approaching imminently. The carcass of the aboleth begins to sink down. Immediate reactions.
Stand 2, can you, to Lancelot, can you tell me, or is this a binding thing again?
I can. The binding is down temporarily.
Then tell me!
Certainly. From the sky, we are under siege. And you see, the huge cavern that you are in is basically circular. Mm-hmm. Half of it is submerged below the water. There is a tiny islet upon which you stand. A hole the size of a house appears in the air, and through it comes protruding a large, twisting tongue. You are standing on the island, and the tongue immediately lashes in to attack. This is an accurate size representation. What do you do?
Oh, no. Right. I'm gonna...
You're currently at the bottom of the lake, Neve.
I'm at the bottom of the lake. I'm safe.
Iris.
Are you now? Are you?
Hi, Iris. Would you like to make me a strength athletics check, please?
That sounds like a thing I'm bad at.
As a absolutely colossal tongue moves out of a
6.
rift in space. 6 is good. 6 is... I beat you without rolling. Let's try a +8 strength. And would you like to take me 4d8 points of damage?
48.
4d8. You can roll them and do that as the tongue gently caresses against Iris. It is trying to
Gross.
taste you.
11, 19.
There is a huge tongue coming in towards the 17-year-old sorcerer.
Why you gotta make it weird?
Just saying that's what it is.
I mean, if it's going for Iris again, I'll knock Iris out of the way and try and drag her back to the entrance of the cavern.
Okay, can you make me a athletics check, please?
That's a 1.
Oh, not natural.
Not a
okay,
natural
so
one.
Freya, you dive in and you do manage to press against the horrible fleshy tentacle surface of the tongue, which coils around you and picks you up. Freya, you are being held midair above the cavern by this creature. Shunsui says, strike it now!
I'm gonna try.
Yorg.
I'm going to take a brief run and a jump and try and lodge thunder into a bit of the tongue above where Freya is, please.
Sure. Okay, make me an athletics check to make a running jump. It's not going to be super hard. You're good at this.
16.
16. Okay, so you run and leap up with a massive strike, and you really can't miss this tongue. It's absolutely enormous. The question is, could you get there? And you can. It's not hanging from anything. It's coming from a weird void in space.
Trying
and
not to pay too much attention.
filling
That's giving me a
it.
headache.
The axe of Lancelot goes in with the doo-doom, and you carve a hole down the length of the tongue, which seals up after you.
Oh,
However,
no.
it is sufficient to give you a dexterity saving throw to drop out of this tongue.
Oh yeah, I'm good at these.
That's
21.
okay. Freya, as the tongue recoils from the damage, you flip back and land cat-like on the surface of the island just as Neve is getting out. Iris.
Well, I've got some new spells, so let's try them. Let's see if we can banish this thing. That seems like a thing that might be good.
Wow, yes.
Okay, is that a saving throw?
That is a
Only-
wisdom saving throw.
Only if Josh needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay,
DC 14.
I roll a 2.
Okay.
So, Iris looks up, and Iris's eyes go black for a moment. Iris glows with a strange... In fact, you've seen this colour glow before, coming from the Illithids when they use their kind of magic. It's a purplish glow. And you point your hand up towards the tongue, and the rift closes. There is a sudden... as a whale-sized tongue drops into the water.
Gross.
It is currently floating.
Everybody else saw that, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
right.
I'm
What
going to go
was
and
that?
try and see if I can leech any power off it like I did from the aboleth.
Okay. So you go and try and leech some power off of this thing, which
Might work.
you might work. Why not? You are warned away as you go towards it by Pog, who pops up and says, "Oh, I wouldn't do that, boss.
Why not?
Whoa, that's bad magic. That is. Comes from. Oh, hang on. Oh, I could say stuff and now I can't.
Oh.
Don't know what's going on
So why shouldn't I touch it?
because it's bad magic, boss. That's what Colm says. Don't touch it. He was here. Didn't you see him?
Yeah?
Yeah. There we are. Pog's pretty happy. Strutting around. Neve, the druid, has clambered onto the little island in the middle of the big underground lake, and your water fox bristles and shakes a bit of water off of it and transforms. It's now a stone fox. It's quite heavy.
Oh, stone fox. What was that? Great. Okay. I want to check on Lord Bucks and the King in Colours.
But Lord Bucks doesn't have a head anymore.
No. Lord Bucks, Yorg saved Lord Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
He interposed a magical shield, which Lord Bucks is down. He's very unconscious. He is not.
He's unconscious.
He is not dying.
Yeah,
Right. But he's unconscious. That's
He is
good.
unconscious. Lord
How
Bucks
is
is
how's the
unconscious.
King in Colours?
King Colours was not roused. He is still unconscious.
Great.
Needs
Where
to take
is-
the ring.
Yeah, I was just going to say, where is Lord Bucks' ring? Do you have it?
You had it last.
Actually, yeah, yes.
No.
Sorry, that was an
Here you
out
go.
of character thing.
Here you
You
go.
have it last, but
Thank you.
Shiny ring. Didn't
I want to try and communicate with the fire elemental inside and say that we're going to take it home.
Sweet. You speak Druidic. That is a thing that you can do. So Neve takes hold of the ring, which was on a chain around Lord Bucks's neck, and you pick it up. You can feel that there is elemental energy inside this ring, and you focus on it, and what you get is a sense of frustration and anger. And I mean, this fire elemental, next time it comes out, it's going to be extremely angry. It's not listening to you at the moment. But that's probably because it's just been summoned and had a horrible fight. You'll be able to have this conversation, but not right now. It needs some time to chill out.
Great. I'm going to tuck this away safe.
Sweet.
threat assessment first. Where's Zeke?
Zeke. He rode the aboleth all the way down as hard as he could, drawing as much power as possible. And Zeke is nowhere to be seen.
Not in the pool, not elsewhere.
Well, you're not sure. He's not immediately obvious.
He's not immediately obvious.
That is correct.
In that case, I'm going to go with, are there any were creatures still upright and conscious?
Upright and conscious. I think there's a were rhino who's looking a bit the worse for wear.
Didn't he fall to the bottom?
He did fall to the bottom. Yeah, so there's a were rhino pulls itself out, and there are a couple that are unconscious down on the island as well.
Looking aggressive or looking confused?
There is a were sloth who is incredibly asleep.
Yeah. That's actually his were creature power. It's just so asleep.
And there's a were. What we got? There's a werewolf and a were sloth who are asleep, and a were rhino who's pulled itself out of the water, going, "Oh, it's got acid on it a bit." It's not super happy.
Does it seem aggressive?
It's a bit scared.
Stallion?
You can try and communicate.
No, sorry, I'd say the word Stallion.
You should leave, it says.
Yes, so should you.
I cannot. I have failed to defend this place. I must hope the Moon Curser spares me.
Defend this place?
I am dead at the next full moon.
Okay.
Taps the silver moon mark.
Okay. Would you have been anyway?
I am dead at the next full moon, but for the grace of the Moon Curser. I must hope that she chooses to spare me.
The Moon Curser and the aboleth were allies?
Yes. There is a and all the runes around the lake and all the runes in the black stone start glowing faintly red, and there's a little low siren that you can hear.
That's
Oh,
my narrative
no.
knowledge. I'm going to go over to Lord Bucks and the King Colours.
Sure, both unconscious.
I'm going to put 1 point of lay on hands into each of them.
Sure, they both come round. Lord Bucks rubbing his head because there was a wham that should have taken his neck open.
Lord Bucks, we need to leave. We need to leave now. In Brighton, this is.
Yeah. What has happened? He says.
We need to leave. We need to leave now. We can talk about that later.
I'm going to go to the King in Colours and say, my hovercraft is full of ears.
I speak flawless Brauta if you would prefer.
Yes.
You have saved us. We are extremely grateful.
Please be grateful out of this room.
Certainly.
Let's go.
King Colours gets up.
I'm going to turn to the Moon Curse and say, is there nothing we can do?
Find the Moon Curser and entreat her.
Is there any way of removing the curse?
Find a way. We
There's
will
one
be here.
way.
We don't know if that way doesn't kill people.
You said something about hurrying, says the King in Colours. The King in Colours is a fairly svelte Edelmenschen. He's currently got on a jerkin of many different colours. and he is helping Lord Bucks. Come, friend. Come.
Just in case
See if you can both breathe in the water still.
The King Colours and Lord Bucks are on a natural 20. The King Colours and Lord Bucks say this creature's enchantment will last probably not much longer, but while it is, we should make haste.
Cool. Let's
Okay.
go.
Sweet.
Everybody
That's
good?
2 you owe me now.
Any more we need
Bucks.
from... anything else we need from in here?
Bucks clocks you? He wasn't sure who you were. He's met you once, and then he goes, "You are the Lady Freya. We will talk about this."
I
And
don't want to leave the moon cursed here.
Then they won't come.
There's nothing
You
to be
won't
done.
come, you won't leave?
we cannot.
Off we go.
If you see the moon cursor, ask her of us.
I'm just about to say, Ezekiel's somewhere around here.
He's a slippery dwarf. I have forbidden him coming down here for too long. We must go. We will talk on the surface. And you go down into the water. Underwater, you can all breathe. You still have your bubbles of air around you, and Lord Bucks and the King in Colours are able to swim alongside you. And you can see the water keeps being lit faintly red by this sirening pulse that is continuing to go. And you can... the water breathing will last maybe another scene, says Chan.
Another narrative about the time I see.
Shinsui says, "One of them has got in."
Not the big tongue thing.
No. One of its controllers. It must be slain.
Is it close?
Somewhere within the compound.
An Illithid, right?
No.
Well, what's this thing called then?
This is... The binding has been restored.
Can you spell it?
Its name is not from a tongue you speak.
Okay, wait. Okay, do you know where it is?
It is within the compound. It has not yet reached the surface. We must prevent it from doing so.
Okay. Well, I'll relay that as soon as I can talk to people again.
Yeah, you all cross the water. You can, but you pass through the series of subterranean tunnels, in and out of the pockets of air, over the bodies of the fallen that were at the bottom of this vast lake, and you arrive once again in the diving pool into which you came.
Are the runes still flashing?
Yeah, the whole compound now is going.
Yeah, everyone, something got through, according to Shinsui. It's something that should be dead.
What?
Promptly.
What? That we need to.
Yes.
That we need
you
to
can't
take
tell me
out.
what it
If
is.
something has gone through, then it must be killed.
And you can't tell me what they are.
They are very dangerous.
But you can't tell me what it is, I'm guessing.
I cannot.
You had a chance. There was a chance. You could have told me what it was, and you didn't.
There was a more pressing problem.
Will they know it when they see it? Will we know it when we see it?
I'm pretty sure that
Probably.
me and Freya will be informed in no short order that.
Shinsui will
Anyway,
tell
let's
me.
go.
You start making your way through the black stone corridors, and the lights are flickering now. There's large patches where it just goes out, and then it comes back on for and so it is dark,
steal one of the
strobing
batteries.
red lighting.
I'm going to grab a torch out of my pack, and Iris, can you spark this, please? Thank you.
You light a torch. It's more reliable, but the lighting in here is dark now. I know you have dark vision, but it's still throwing you a little bit.
Can you ask Shinsui, whatever it is it going to be looking for us?
Oh,
Do we have the element of surprise? What do you think?
they have had a very small opportunity to break through, but they will have been ready. This will have happened across the globe, I imagine. They will have an objective here. What is the most valuable target here?
Us.
Well, it depends.
They are not here. You
Something
see
downstairs?
the body in front of you the charred remains of Clarence.
What? Oh, this looks like Zeke.
We'll have to keep an eye out for him as well, then, I suppose.
What happened, says Lord Bucks.
We need to keep, while still moving, the creature in the depths, the aboleth, was controlling people, and people were being led down there. We're not sure to what purpose, but it was seemingly a danger to you, the king in colours, in the town. So,
People of influence, people of power.
pardon me.
This is most troubling, says the king in colours. I should get back to my people. They require leadership right now.
Yeah, they
do.
really do.
I'm sure Tyndall's doing fine.
Oh no, sorry, this is the
Adel.
Adel.
The parades are down here somewhere.
If
Hello,
if anybody can manage a festival, it's Tyndall. Let's be fair here. He'll be teaching them all new dance steps. You know that, and I know that.
You walk past the body of Clarence.
Yeah.
And
A very cursory glance over. Do I notice anything out of the ordinary?
okay, you check Clarence. It's a torched body.
Looks like it's been thrown in a bonfire.
It has been burned. Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
This guy is dead. Very dead.
how recent? Like incredibly recently, or
No.
Not still smoking.
Well, no. Still smoking. Still bits of it still on fire, but not. It hasn't happened in the last 5 minutes. It's happened in the last 2 hours.
okay. Oh, maybe that was the aboleth then.
Could be.
Didn't seem very fiery.
Wait,
Let's keep
no. Zeke took a while to follow us down, didn't he?
He did.
Dick.
You head along the way that you came as best
Maybe it
you're
was-
able.
Maybe it was for the best. He was going to bring more people down.
Someone make me a
How can
survival
you say
check.
that?
No, this is...
I'll make survival. While this is happening, I'm just happy it's
You
not me
saw
for
what it
change.
was like down there.
And we stopped it.
But we might
He would
not
have been fine.
18.
I don't agree with what Zeke did. I wouldn't have done it. But if it has been done, maybe there is some small comfort that can be taken from this.
I'm a little comforted.
Okay, so you have brought the party following the relatively straight path to a crossroads. And the crossroads you saw before, there was an area off to the left and an area off to the right that Clarence did not lead you through.
We do not have time to tarry, I think, if we're looking for something. Unless Sunsui has an idea of where this thing is.
Nope, just somewhere here.
Pog,
Yes, boss.
you smelling me?
Well, I'll have a look, boss. Yeah, okay, that's a good choice. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Boss, where are we, boss? This is weird. There's some very strange things here, boss. All right, so as you're heading back the way you came, all right, that way, he points down the left, smells like, them lot, all the tentacles and the brain eating.
Yeah.
And the other way smells like, something new. Oh, it smells a bit like the tongue, boss.
I think it's that way.
Well,
Alright.
let's go and have a look.
Yeah.
He says, regretting his life choices.
Or, if this is the way up to the surface, we plan an ambush for it here.
We
There's
can't
something,
be certain this
there's
is
something
the only
going
way.
on in this compound.
There's only one, right?
Lord
Yeah.
Bucks, you and your Highness, I want to go with. Is that the correct honorific I'm using here?
It's
For the
very
king.
acceptable for people who have saved me.
Right, in that case, 1 second. I'm going to put 3 more points of lay on hands into each of them.
Okay, I'll gladly appreciate it. They're a bit
and-
injured, yeah.
How,
York
how
reaches out and touches each of them, glows briefly, and they... Thank you.
how much of a straight line is it between... Sorry, this is my personal intel.
Yeah.
How much of a straight line is it in between here and the exit?
Here in the exit, you have to walk past the thing that looked like a sleeping quarter, the ghost theatre, the room where you took the fox out, and then you are back up into the room,
Sewers.
the sewers.
But it's pretty much a straight line from here to there, yes?
It's straight enough, yeah. The only doors off of it lead into rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, if you stick to the corridor, you're okay.
Your Highness, Lord Bucks, go straight. I'm gonna hand. I have a couple. I think I have a short sword in my pack. I'm
Sure.
gonna hand one of them a short sword. Go straight. Get out of here. we'll meet you at the entrance to the sewer where this compound meets the sewers. If we're not back in half an hour, go.
All right. I will be safe, he says, going for the ring at his neck. My ring. I must have left it down there. It is of incalculable value. I have to return. Lord Bucks turns and starts walking.
My lord.
We haven't got the time.
You being a ruler upstairs is more important.
I maintain power through power.
You maintain power by being a good ruler, from what I understand. You've kept Old Town intact this long. A ring is not going to help.
Did none of you see it? He asks.
Nah.
Deception check.
Where is deception? Oh, 18.
I will come back for it. But now you are right. Come, my friend. And the King in Colours grabs hold of Lord Bucks's arm, and Lord Bucks has got the sword out, and the pair of them.
If we're not back in half an hour, just go. Try and get to the Times Kingdom and get out from there. There was some of your Green Berets in the sewers. They may still be contactable down here.
We will call as we leave. If anything else leaves without calling, run.
Thank you. And the pair of them go up the corridor.
Don't go in the theatre.
Yeah, let's hope.
No, I shouted that up the corridor.
And it's like, okay, avoid the theatre. There's a big black pillar with lots of dead mind flayers. All right, fine.
We're going to lick it.
So they walk on up the corridor, and there's and you can't see them as they turn off into the dark. The lights come back on. Wee, wee, wee.
We're going to...
There are some runes that are appearing lit along the walls. One of the sets of runes, these are appearing. There are lots of runes carved into the walls, but it's the same set that keeps...
I'm going to lead down the corridor the way Iris pointed.
Sweet.
Can you read these, Iris?
With time.
We don't have a lot of that at the moment.
I can guess.
Candy, this way. All right, so you start wandering down...
Candy and ponies and candy ponies and pony candy.
You start wandering down the corridor. Everything's made of this black stone, which is giving you this sirening. And you come up to a large black stone door with the same rune that you've seen several times written on it.
Restricted rune.
The restricted rune. And it's quite hot outside this door.
Still got the cube.
I'll give it a try.
Wait,
What are
we
the
ready?
odds that Zeke's been taken over? Scale of like 1 to
50-50.
yes.
I'd go 50-50.
Okay, right, let's go.
If Zeke has been taken over, you'd do well to douse him with water. It might put out some of his flame.
Good idea.
Yes.
Take me a point of psychic damage.
As we use the hacking cube.
Yeah, the forbidden rune flickers a little bit, and the door slides up, and a waft of hot air and steam fills the area. Considering how cold and clammy it has been down there, this is a deeply unpleasant sensation, and you feel all of your pores open immediately. And you see a shape moving in the darkness.
I have a ready action to use Channel Divinity.
Ready action to use Channel Divinity to pull your shield up.
up.
That's fine. A creature starts moving towards you.
What size?
Bigger than you.
Bigger than us?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
There's a horrible
Room service.
squelchy popping sound, and coming out of the steam towards you guys through the door, there is a troll that is dripping with some kind of a mucus, and it comes leering out towards. Let's see who it goes
Use
towards.
my ready action.
Towards Freya. Freya, a troll opens its mouth wide, and it's trailing some kind of horrible slimy substance, and it swings in towards you. What's your armor class, please, Freya?
15.
Okay, misses you. Alright, Freya, you duck underneath this troll. With
I'm going to duck underneath this troll and roll behind it.
Okay, acrobatics check as the troll makes a second attack.
At disadvantage, please.
26.
26. Wow. Okay, so Yorg, you reach up with a glowing blue shield and ka-ching, get in the way of this troll. As Freya, you roll through the troll's legs, underneath it, and into the steam. It is very warm in here. Take me a perception check. It's like walking into a butterfly house or something. It's really
Class the steam as light concealment.
24.
24. Freya, you have rolled into the room, and you can hear a fleshy, pulsing kind of a sound. You look around, and through the steam, it's very difficult to see. There's still the red every now and again, and when they strove up, you can see shapes, and they're gone. And it's back, and the shapes are there, and you can see what look like great big, maybe fruit, kind of pods or sacks hanging on the walls of this room. They have things inside them. They are glowing very faintly, and they look like they have creatures kind of bottled up inside, ready to come out. The walls and floor of this room are still made of black stone, covered in runes, but leading to each of the pods, there is a long tendril of vine. And these vines flood all across the floor, all across the ceiling, and wrap down the corridor. One of the pods, you can see a creature is pushing at, and the pod is starting to open. And you can see just inside, a cummed up fetal troll is starting to push its way out towards you. Meanwhile,
It's good to know that trolls are vegan.
Iris.
So there's the thing starting to come out of the pods.
You can see a troll coming towards
right,
you.
okay.
Yeah, we're out in the corridor.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna hit the troll.
Okay, you'll hit the troll. Yeah.
I'm terribly dull.
Yeah, no, dude, someone's got the troll.
With advantage due to Freya behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. You are flanking this troll.
Yeah, 19 on the dice.
You hit. Troll's on that hunter.
19 on the dice, cool. Like damage twice. Let's go.
Yeah, the troll is lumped twice with the axe of thunder. There's a boom, boom.
15 and 9.
Loads of damage.
24.
The silvered axe creates a little bit of light, and the silver hangs in the air as the steam moves through it before the silver trail disappears. And you did 24 points of damage to this troll. Stop it.
It's my only thing.
And York has chopped great chunks into the side of this troll. It looks like it's very happy in the steam, however, and it is starting to heal over. Iris.
You stole my fire.
Yeah, you don't have fire no more.
Quick,
huh?
find Z and poke it with it.
Okay, so I'm going to be ringing the bells.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
Alarms going off.
Top
So
of the day, yeah.
can it take me?
Dong! Dong!
Can it take me a wisdom saving throw?
No, not a 4.
Please?
Oh no, wisdom saving throws. Josh's only weakness.
That's 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, yuck. Yeah, the troll has taken a bunch of damage. Need, you have an action, then it's going to be and then it's going to be Fred. And then the troll. There is a troll standing in the steam-filled doorway, backlit by the red flashing runes.
Maybe?
Quick, upcast it. Use
Need
level 4.
levels her staff at this troll, and there's a beep, like a laser beam that surges forwards. It fills the doorway.
York dodges left. He's heard this noise too often.
Yeah, Yorg and Freya, can you both make your Constitution saving throws with advantage?
Yeah.
And trolls are quite good at con saves, turns out. How much damage?
That is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Evasion's only on deck saves.
Oh no, as in with that is half damage.
Great, 8 points of damage. Cool. So this troll is currently being seared a little bit by a moonbeam and has had chunks taken out of it. Freya, you're up. You are cowering behind the troll because all around the troll, the silhouette of it, there is now white moonbeam light arcing into the room.
You're using
the troll as a shield.
I am going to try and shove the troll out of the steam into
Josh,
the corridor.
did I take 8?
Yes, you did. If you didn't pass the save.
I passed the save.
Oh, then you don't take any. Then you're fine. No, I didn't say damage to that. Can't fight the moonlight, says chat. Yeah. And you shove the troll. You want to shove the troll? Okay. Make me an athletics check. That's fine. You might succeed. You really don't succeed. Okay, so you put your hands on the back of this horrible, clammy troll, and you try and push it out of the steam. You have How thick is this troll? This troll, it's thick enough. It goes, there's something touching me. Forget the guy that tried to chop me with the axe and the moonbeam. You are currently in the steam. The troll is going to try and turn and eat you. And it's going to say your armor class is 15, right?
Yeah.
I would like to give it disadvantage.
As a reaction, that's... Alright. You ruined 2 nat 20s there, dude. That's so frustrating. Alright.
Your
Freya,
nat 20 ruin.
would you like to be hit? In total, the troll deals you 10 points of damage.
5.
Because you halve it, yeah.
Oh.
You draw Shunsui and whooshing, you hack one of the troll's fingers off as it goes to claw at your face. The troll looks down, and the fingers starts to grow.
Iris, use the torch.
It's making its way into the room. The troll has disappeared back into the smoke, and in the warm red lighting, you can see the silhouette of Freya rolling underground as the troll
Guys,
is
baby trolls!
trying to attack her.
Baby
Baby trolls!
Neve, you still got this moonlight. The troll on its turn needs to take a save. It really makes it save. Would you like from me?
man.
2d10 points of damage. Yeah, it's going to pass all its con save rounds, plus loads.
Okay, that is a grand total of 5.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so this troll is currently flailing around. That's what's happening over there. York.
I'm going to keep on this the active troll and take advantage of Freya's ably produced destruction.
York dives in, and the mist engulfs him, and suddenly there's 3 silhouettes in the mist, lit by the red strobing alarm lights. And York, lump in towards this troll.
With advantage again?
Yeah, you can have
doesn't
advantage.
help on 2 4s, thanks.
No worries.
And does
15.
hit it? 20, 15. Okay, cool.
15 is the AC. Baby trolls.
Many big lots damage though. 16.
York, you sink the axe of Lancelot into this troll, and you give it a horrible wrench, and you hear a cracking noise, and the troll drops down to the ground.
Iris, kick me the torch.
Give them the torch.
Pick the torch and jam it into the wound that I just gave.
Sure, the torch sputters a bit in this area. It's mist, it doesn't like being in here, but you jam it into the wound, and this troll...
The elemental fox is going to come and help.
Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness, it's adorable.
The torch is guttering a little bit, and as you stick it into the wound, you're not getting a great deal of flame from it, and suddenly on your arm there is a fox that runs down to the end and goes... and fans the flames of this torch until there's like a little blowtorch that goes into the troll, and the troll ignites.
Second best fox.
The troll, back up your arm. And
Troll.
troll.
Where are these baby trolls you've seen?
Oh,
that's bad. Oh,
now you can
Can
see
you
there are
Coalesce the
fleshy,
steam.
membranous sacs.
I can do that thing.
Such a good thing.
Neve, hit the sacks.
You
with
still
the
have
moon.
Moonbeam up. And Shape Water's concentration, so it will drop your Moonbeam.
Neve, hit the sacks with the moon.
Can't you just control water? Whatever that's called.
That's a concentration spell.
I can control water, but I could
Freya.
shape water, but it wouldn't be very much. Although I can destroy water.
Can
Is
Sunsweet
that?
smell this
That's not
thing wherever it is?
concentration spell.
Actually, Iris,
That's a
pop.
good point. Shouldn't
Iris,
we?
pop,
Is this
where's
what we're
this
supposed
thing?
to be fighting?
Pog?
Or is this just a random
Whoa.
thing?
I have a question
There's
for
a whole bunch
everybody.
of
Do this one at a
lots
time.
I have a thing.
Okay. Freya.
Shunsui,
Yes.
is this what we're supposed to be fighting?
What are these weird things?
Okay,
No.
we're in the wrong place, guys.
The
Let's
corridor
wrap it
leads.
up.
The corridor leads
Close
around.
the door
Oh, the
again.
corridor
Yeah, this is the
Close
opening.
the door
Is,
again.
No, it's
It's
Pog, is
further
it
in,
further
right?
Oh,
yeah, it's down this way.
it's further on.
okay.
We need to.
I hide in the smoke and wait for someone else to deal with this.
Neve, hit the sacks with the moon.
Right, so
You literally have damage
destroy
on a
water
stick.
is not a concentration spell. I'm going to click my fingers and destroy the steam in this room.
Mark off the spell. That's fine. There's a. Okay, cool. There's a smattering of light rain that falls, and then there's a thin, like silicon sand that appears on the floor. And you see that there are some vents that have been carved into the tops, sides, and bottoms of this room. There are air vents that are pumping it in from somewhere, and they bring up a little bit of steam, but all of the steam in this room and a lot of the steam in the corridor has been
I'm
destroyed.
gonna hit all of these pod things with moonbeam
Okay, sweet.
until they explode.
Until they explode.
Until they go
Is anybody helping Neve attack these
I
troll pods?
will take the ones on the other side of the room, I guess. If it seems like there's just
Yeah,
pods full
there's
of trolls.
six. There's six in
Shoots
here.
massive bolts at the
Sweet.
others.
All right, you guys, between you, searing along with moonbeam. Neve, yeah, you rupture the sacks, and these trolls, it's like a membranous fluid, start to fall out, and I mean you're just on them. And between your combined efforts,
And
you're
throw
able
them
to
on the pyre of burning trolls.
kill all of these baby trolls. Congratulations, guys! You have dispatched 6 trolls. That's a thing.
Ah, they were only baby trolls.
That makes it saying. Can people keep
worse,
saying baby
worse.
trolls to make me feel better about this? I mean, the more you say it, every time you say it, I get slightly better feelings about it.
I mean, they smell weird, boss, but that's not what it is.
Down the corridor, yeah.
Further down.
Then let's go.
This plant. Have I ever seen anything like this before?
Take me a nature check.
Nature.
It depends which version of you we're talking about.
Nature. That is a 20, not natural.
On a 20, yeah, this is the same kind of plant as the, I guess the same kind of plant material as you saw in the plant room upstairs.
Is it the same Illithid's research? We need to.
Yeah, we're heading down.
Is this the same Illithid's research?
I think it must be the same sort of thing. This is manufactured. I've never seen anything like this in nature above ground.
Oh, good. Trolls don't occur like this normally.
No, I do not believe trolls are born from
I'm
vines.
really happy that there aren't troll plants out in the world.
You don't know where trolls come from.
That's true. I mean, no one knows.
Oh no, this is where trolls come from, isn't it?
This is where trolls were made.
But it does mean they're good
Trollvines.
for vegetarians.
Yes. Yeah, I think a troll kebab shop is still a viable
It's a
option.
burgeoning vegetarian food option. It's the anyway.
I'm glad we can joke about these things. Come on, let's go.
Everything is, yeah. The pile of burning trolls, and Freya's like, what psychopaths am I with? Okay, you make your way around the corner. Out
That
of the
coming
room.
from Freya is rich.
And the corridor ahead of you is filling once more with steam. You did a whoomp, and the floor was covered in sand and the silicon that you condense the water down into.
Yeah.
But it is emerging once again from the vents.
Let's go as fast as we can. We don't
The
want to...
floor is covered in a thick layer of plant. It's foliage that is all the way up and all the way round this corridor.
Keep an eye out for any more of those troll sacks.
Can you talk to it?
What, to the plant?
Yeah.
I will try. Does it respond to druidic?
Does this respond to
This
druidic?
is Josh's process.
One moment.
Your callers is wrong to us.
Trollvine.
All of our Joshes are busy at the moment.
Okay, so Neve, the druid, touches the. You go to touch the Trollvine, and your little fox spirit comes running down and shakes his head at you.
Apparently, this is not a good idea.
I mean, you're welcome to do it.
That's all right. That's all right. I trust my little fire.
Who's got the torch?
I
The
think
one
what
that's burning in the troll.
was left. in
Yeah,
the troll.
I will.
But
this-
my
if
fox's
there's-
tail.
if there's-
My fox's tail is on fire.
If there's no more light down here, I will pass somebody another one.
The red glowing light is coming from the runes, but they've been thickly covered by plant matter, and
Iris,
they
I
are.
think you've got more free hands than anybody else, so you're okay to take this. I
Yeah.
know you're the only person who doesn't need it, but for the rest of us, please.
Okay. There's a. I'll take perception checks from everybody.
Oh
as you go
no.
down the corridor.
Not perception. Actually, okay.
You got the worst, please.
I got a 19.
25.
I got a 19.
25's great. 19's very good.
6.
Oh no.
That's good.
No.
8.
Neve has been distracted by the fox.
Right.
And Iris is like, I
So
don't need
this
light
is
in my
difficult
face.
terrain for anybody who cares, except for you it is not, Neve. You can
It's
make
not.
your way through plants without an issue.
She can make her way through difficult terrain without issue.
That's true, and you get advantages against plant nonsense. This is a good place to be. So
Subtle hints.
just look at how your players level and build your sessions around it. Okay,
Good
so
advice.
you're making your way round. You got a 6, you got a 9,
An 8.
an 8.
Yeah.
Fine. Iris, I would like you, please, as you are scanning around the room, seeing if you can spot anything that's written on the walls, you see that there is a door that is buried behind a mass of vines. And can you please make me a wisdom saving, an intelligence saving throw?
13.
Okay.
Is that enough?
No.
Then I will use my favourite of the gods.
That seems like a good thing to use.
Make that. Crikey, that's added
Right.
8.
Yeah, that's,
21.
that's enough. All right. So,
Hulk helps you out.
Yeah. Totally.
so yeah, Iris, you look up and you see there's a rune on the door, and it looks like it's shifting a little bit, and it's shifting back, and then it's shifting again, and you're just kind of stood there for a second, and then Pog comes and gently nips at you, and you go, ah! And he says, you were spacing out, boss.
Something funny about that room.
What rune? That one? Oh. Pog is sitting on your shoulder, just kind of gently moving his head.
On the neck.
What was that for?
Same reason you did it to me.
All right. You like me?
Let's go with that.
All right, sure.
It says, I prepared explosive runes this morning.
It says something like that. That's what you see. You got a 19, York.
Mm.
Okay, on a 19, you are managing to make your way. There are hazards here. There's easy places you can trip, and the vines underfoot are moving a little bit, but they're not attacking you yet. But you are noticing this. Freya on a 25. You can see that these access shafts for the steam to come in.
Mhm.
You're pretty sure it was really faint, and there's a bit of conversation going. You're pretty sure you heard something moving in there.
Do you hear anything else?
I stand back to back with Freya.
I think there's something in the vents.
The lights all go, and then they're back up.
Iris, where are we going?
Pog, where is
I
it?
didn't roll enough for a thing, I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. Right, not
Well,
a bad thing.
no,
I
no,
thought
no,
you
no,
were
no.
waiting
Is
to
it-
reveal a
is
bad
it-
thing.
Near us now, or is it further away?
Oh, it's down, it's a long way, boss.
Okay. It's not this, we just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's try and avoid the creepy crawlies.
Do you think it's the plague rats? Not the plague rats,
Brain
the...
Cranium rats.
That's the one.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
They're just rumours. I don't believe they really exist.
You keep going down through this twisting mass of vines and mulching foliage. The vines are getting thicker.
I really wish somebody had taken my advice and taken Blight this level, but no.
The vines are getting thicker, and they are moving slightly more along the ceiling. In fact, the square shape of the corridor is hard to make out now because it's like a ring of vines.
It's just like normal mobile plant matter, like completely normal mobile plant matter, right, Neve? It's like all plant matter. There's like it's only like moving because we're looking at it, right?
What effect does my acid bolt have on corroding the plants, or does it not have any effect on them?
It will do some damage.
Okay, but
The way your acid bolt corrosion works, I'll talk to you about in the break.
fine.
All right, so you're reaching the edge of a corner now, and I would like a perception check, please, from you, Neve.
Okay.
And you got a 19, Yorg.
Yeah.
So you can
I'm
see.
going to spend an inspiration because I don't want to roll that.
I think it's probably a good choice. Yorg, you can see
Much
down in the
better.
corner. What did you get?
Well, I had a 3 originally, and now I've got a
Billion.
That there is another
Brilliant.
cluster
Yeah.
of
22.
small, much smaller than the other ones,
Mm-hmm.
little egg sacs that are gently pulsing. They're glowing a little bit. They're kind of an amber green.
How small do trolls get?
Well, I don't know.
Not that small, I'm guessing. There's something.
They're
down
growing
there.
on the same vine.
Maybe they're just very immature at this
These are
point.
very unripe troll fruit.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Maybe trolls are
22.
like peppers.
22.
Wait, trolls are like peppers?
I'm okay
Like,
with this headcanon.
You know, there'll be different colours and stuff when they're smaller.
Josh is like,
I paid attention in
Love
botany
this.
once.
Okay,
Right, yes, 22.
I am aware of these things, however.
right. On a 22, can you, Neve, please take me a saving throw?
Oh, what a great opportunity!
With
that I
advantage because you passed your perception check.
get. Yeah.
It is a. I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh no, bad news.
That is bad news.
Okay, 16.
16 is great. Neve, you hear a skitter and something moves out of the air vent and drops down onto you.
Onto me.
Onto you.
Okay.
And attempts to enter your mouth.
Oh no, that's so gross.
Yeah, you reach up and grab, and you are pulling at this thing. You've made your strength save, so you push it away from you. It lands with a slam, and it's moved away into the plant matter. The plant matter is writhing and moving, and there is a thing moving around here as well.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Pog, can you smell that?
Oh yeah, boss. Yeah, that's bad. That's one of the things we're here for. It's a small one though.
That's a small one of whatever we've come for.
Wait, only one got through.
Oh, good.
Oh no, there's more than one now.
There's more than one now?
I don't know.
I'm gonna take a strip of cloth. I'm gonna tie it around my mouth.
Sure.
That is a very
I'm gonna
good
chuck
idea. Yes.
something. I don't know where this cloth has been, but it's probably better than whatever's trying to get in your mouth at the moment.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, thank you, Jorg.
Okay. Iris.
Yeah, I'm going to say to Pog, can you stay there, but can you show me where it is?
Oh, no, hang on. I'll fly over to it. Boss.
No.
Well, then I can't do that, no.
Okay, fine.
It's in front of you. It's somewhere. It's moving.
Point your tail at it.
It's moving. All right, boss. Hang on. Pog tries to turn around and stay so he can look and, sorry?
Yeah, track it with your tail.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's having to move his head as well. He's like, it's over there. He's coming up. He's coming up. It's about to drop, boss.
Okay. Just straight above me.
That's right.
Roll to the side.
Okay.
Swing above Iris's head.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so you can make me a dex save instead of a strength save.
Not get hit by thunder.
No.
Can I
Roll on that one, you will.
Can I ready an
Roll on that one.
Okay, Iris, you dive entirely in the wrong direction. You swing full strength up at this creature. Can you roll me damage against Iris, please? Good news, you didn't get hit by the
Does she take
thing.
extra damage from the smite? I don't. No.
Are you smiting?
No.
What was the question from this side?
I've got a
16.
readied action of
Do you know how
fairy
many hit points I have?
Ready
It was 16.
Wow, okay, so Iris dives as your goes, it's there! And the lights go dark and there's a boom, and the silver arcing light of the Axe of Thunder chunks, and as the lights flash, there's a silhouette of Iris doubled over as Yorg's axe bites into Iris, and Iris goes down, gushing blood. Over here.
Bad Lancelot. We don't buy irises.
Iris is down.
She is.
There's a thing immediately upon Iris, and forcing itself into her
I
mouth.
am going to grab it with one hand and put my last point of lay on hands into Iris with the other. I drop the axe
Okay, yeah, you drop the Axe of Lancelot.
and go one hand on Iris and one hand on her face to try and get this thing off.
Okay, you can make me an opposed initiative check.
Can it be possibly any other roll?
That's what we got.
Dex save.
I mean, I get an 18.
That's really annoying. You beat me. I get a 17, but it's not enough. Okay, so yeah, you reach down and you grab hold of this thing. It is scrabbling. It is hard to see because the steam has started to rise again. What's this side of the table doing? You have put hands into Iris. Iris, you're no longer dying. Good job.
I'm gonna smack this thing with fairy fire.
Yeah. Okay. Solid. So there's a of glittering purple and gold. And
right over this thing.
Right over this thing.
Is fairy fire pick and choose your targets?
Yes,
Remind
it
that
is.
as well.
They do
Let
get
me double
It's
check.
gonna. It's not gonna get a save because it's currently being held by Yorg. I'm okay with that. Yorg, you are holding this thing, and it's right in front of Iris's mouth, and it is illuminated. It looks a little bit like a tadpole with long sets of legs.
Ugh.
And yeah, it's skittering. It's like a elongated spider thing, which is mostly body with a set of horrible scrabbling legs.
got it by the tail, yeah?
You've got it by the tail, that's correct.
In that case, I'm going to find a firm surface and start smacking it bodily into it over and over again until it stops moving, and then 4 or 5 more times.
Okay, you can make me an athletics check to do this. Freya, what are you doing at this point?
I will be approaching Georg to attempt to stab it if he gives me an opening. But he's probably just...
Only an 11.
Only an 11. Okay, so it is skittering and desperately
13,
trying to break free, this strange tadpole. You can make me an attack check, please.
Nice.
With advantage.
Yes.
And it is the only enemy within 5
It is
feet.
the only enemy within 5 feet.
It's not very hard to hit.
I think she...
And that natural 20 will do it. All right.
Shunsui.
With Shunsui, thank you. That is the second. One more natural 20 with Shunsui. Let me know. Freya reaches up, draws the great sword Shunsui, and with an arcing slices. You let go just in time, and this thing is cut straight down the middle. Good. Now shake your blade free, says Shunsui, and he takes control, and you feel yourself go, and all of the gunk flicks off your blade.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're rolling 1d6 too many as well, because it's now 4d6, because that's the other thing you got for your rogue level.
And as Freya steps in and cleaves this thing in half, and Iris takes a gasp of air and breathes back in, the steam once more fills the area, and the red lights start to flicker. And we're going to take a short break. There, don't go nowhere, we'll be right back. While we're gone, please enjoy the wonderful fan art scroll that is up here.
Yeah.
And in this time, you might consider subscribing to us using your Amazon Prime account, which will cost you precisely nothing to help support our wonderful stream.
Other than an Amazon Prime account.
Well, if you already have one,
Then it's free.
Then it's
Take
free.
money from the man. Oh my god, my leg is really dead.
So the current headcanon.
You're right. I've completely lost
You've
feeling in this
completely lost
leg.
feeling in your leg. Just take a second, let the blood go back down.
Yeah. No, nicotine.
The current headcanon is that Yorg is Steven Universe.
Okay, yeah. I can see this. Well, so then who's Pearl and Amethyst?
There's some amazing art that's been put on the Discord channel.
Whoa.
Have a look at this. Which means, according to chat, that you are Amethyst, that Iris is Pearl, and that Neve is Garnet.
Someone explain to Liquid Lulu what's happened because his internet.
Yes.
and someone explain to me who all these people are.
You don't know about Steven Universe? Oh, Steven Universe is lovely. It's a really sweet, really wholesome Cartoon Network series. Each episode's only about 10 minutes long. And Steven Universe is a half human, half gem who lives.
So, rewind.
Yeah, half human, half gem.
Still not getting it.
Yeah. So
Sounded like you said gem.
Yeah. So his dad was a human, and his mum was a being that collectively they are called the crystal gems, and they are crystals that can assume a humanoid form of sorts. And they are aliens from another planet, and they have magic powers, and they're really cool. And
I have many questions.
Yeah, of course. That's what the TV series is all about. And he lives in, I want to say Beach City. I could be wrong. Which is this like super chilled out seaside town with
City, surely. City, surely.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't think it's big enough to really qualify as a city. There's like 3 shops. And he lives there with his dad, Mr. Universe, and Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, who are 3 crystal gems. And they go on adventures and help save the world from monsters. And it's great. I highly recommend Steven Universe if you haven't seen it.
Huh.
It's also super cute. It's super lovely. It's family friendly. It's brilliant.
If it's on YouTube, my 5-year-old will watch it.
It is on YouTube, or at least it was. That was how I watched it.
If anyone wants open popcorn. Popcorn.
No, I need to stop eating chocolate and sweets and things.
Got some more chocolate here.
No. I had an elm croissant for lunch. I've eaten like
elm.
of these.
I heard I had an elm buffalo for lunch. What did you say?
An elm buffalo.
This
I'm not that cool. I had, what did I have? An almond croissant.
an almond croissant, not an elm buffalo.
Ah, while we going deeper into the compound now that we found Bucks, so Shunsui and or Lancelot
And Pog.
and Pog said something bad had gotten through when the binding was down. Something bad that was not the great big tongue thing. And that we needed to destroy it before it got to the surface. So we've sent Lord Bucks and the King in Colours off to their inevitable off-screen deaths, while we go and deal with this thing.
But
that
the deaths
has
will be
come
off screen,
through.
so it'll be fine. They can turn up
But
in like
he owes
season's
me
time.
Although I'm very worried now.
What exactly
because-
do you think he owes you?
his town, like twice over, his life, at least one boat.
Right?
Yeah.
At least one.
And the
vote.
small army. And maybe he can teach me how to go invisible.
No, that was the pants
No,
wizard.
the
Who
pants
was going
wizard.
to give you nice things,
Well,
and then you
Buck
attacked him.
seems fairly magic.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, the Pants Wizard was very bad at consent.
Yes, he was.
And has probably
I'm going
gone
to have
now
a
to
word with
like
him when I see him again.
stab Balthazar or something.
I have a thing with that,
Have a thing.
because I now have sending.
That's good.
But I'm waiting, because it takes a third level spell slot, so I'm waiting
Oh,
until we
right.
get out.
Yeah, very sensible.
Right.
What does sending do?
It sends a 25-word message.
Oh,
It's like a
cool!
tweet.
It's like a tweet.
You remember, like, way early when we were getting messages from Lady Amelia?
Oh
In form of little animals.
yeah, that's cool.
Balthazar, watch out, pants wizard. Hashtag pants. Hashtag crazy.
Hashtag yellow. Oh. Yeah, I think a talking sword told me to is a big part of what our current mission set is.
Yeah.
Shunsui is, I think, the most sensible person in
He's
our
very
party.
wise.
He's very wise.
And more
Usually.
forthcoming than Lancelot.
Yeah.
It's like, I know things, but I will not tell you.
Mm.
Yes.
I could help, but I won't.
But I won't. Oh.
I wonder what Shunsui cares about.
I am the god of inaction.
What Shunsui cares about?
Yeah. I mean, Lancelot has, like, emotions. And, like,
Shunsui
sadness
wants to train
Yeah, he
you
wants
to
to
kill
be a
the
great
thing that
warrior.
he's like. No, he's got a specific like favoured enemy of. I've got to hunt, and the moon cursor is one of those favoured enemies,
Mm.
and she seems to be in cahoots with the.
Hello, Dougie Fresh. Just found your channel. What level are you guys? You are fighting some tough stuff. So I am currently a level 7 druid. Just got there, and I think everybody
We're all
else.
level 7.
We're all level 7.
We all
Nice.
leveled level 7 at the end of last session.
Yes,
So this is
last
our first session
session,
of level 7.
with a little bit of help from some other people, we fought an aboleth.
So a quick character overview
Yes.
for new players who are just joining us or who are watching this for the first time. So Iris Iris and Eve knew each other from before this even started.
Yeah, we lived in like a small forest town somewhere, and I was like the local druid, magic-y, fixing up the wells kind of person, and Iris was my ward?
So I was kind of abandoned there by my great parents.
Yeah.
And then I started manifesting magical powers and accidentally killing people, which her big thing is that she's trying to not kill people, which has sometimes gone not so well for her. And one of her signature spells now is the ability of Spirit Guardians. She is a Divine Soul Sorcerer. So she draws from 2 power sources in this game, one of which is there are 7 great powers, and 2 of them she draws power from the angels and the dragons, who are currently locked away behind what's it called, the
binding.
The binding. But we've just killed one of the 5 beasts.
I think
6
there's
beasts.
5 left.
There's 5 left, which basically maintain this binding, which lock away all of these dragons and demons and elementals and fae and angels and
all the great
all
big
the, all the,
magic
all the
power
old
sources.
gods as well. The gods of the people. So all the cleric magic gods have been locked away in the Binding too. Tell us about Freya.
Yeah, she's a bit mischievous.
Freya is a noble.
Freya is the local ne'er-do-well.
Third or fourth in line to the.
Who was far too senior for anyone to really tell off when she was growing up.
You're like the 11th daughter of the Thane or something
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
But you've recently become engaged.
So she's a noble rogue because she
Yeah.
just doesn't care about authority and wants to be having fun adventures and such. We opened episode 1 is Freya attempting to escape an arranged marriage because
Which you have
does not want to-
spectacularly failed to escape from.
spend the rest of her life in some dingy castle in some horrible place.
But as it is, like, met the person who she was meant to be in
Turns
an
out he's
arranged
pretty
marriage
cool.
to, and like he's cool.
And kind of fallen in love with him.
Yeah.
He's currently, we're in the, there is an old town north of the border, and below that are rat people, and below that are ancient tunnels and sewers, which we are currently in, which were the laboratories of sort of the great old one type names, the Illithids and the aboleths. All those guys, all the Underdark dwellers, they are broadly the antagonists. We've got somebody who's just joined us and we're just recapping some key beats.
Yeah, Loco says Freya is a diplomatic incident.
Yeah,
I think that's basically
Waiting
Freya
to
has
happen.
also prevented some diplomatic
that's
incidents.
Based on this thing trying to go into your mouth, I'm not sure the Illithids are the antagonists, actually.
Well, I mean, they're big, horrible, mind-controlling,
those
enslaving tentacles.
They're kind of the whole Underdark. They are one of the 7 great powers that a sorcerer could draw power from.
It's true.
Hello,
Hello, Dougie Fresh. Thank you very much.
We were explaining to there's some key beats for Dougie Fresh. They seem to have thousands of years ago, or more than 1,000 years ago, is what we've got so far. They have locked away all of these other great powers.
Well, let's finish the session. We'll do this in the After Dark.
Yeah.
We do an After Dark chat after each session, and it will be a bit of a recap this time. But for now, we have a strange, smoke-filled underground chamber to explore. So the lights are glowing red. Iris has hit the deck through the unfortunate attack, which went wide of the axe of Lancelot, but it didn't hit Pog. So there's the there's the icing on the cake. Iris's little black dragon familiar is still alive.
Now this thing has been properly bisected, I'm going to turn to Iris and go down on one knee next to her. Hey, you alright?
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I've done as much as I can at the moment to help you. I'm tapped out on everything else.
Iris, you dropped prone.
I did.
You can feel that there is a writhing mass of vines underneath you, and also something a bit fleshier underneath them.
Give me a hand. Pull those vines up. I say, standing back.
Sure.
Okay, so Iris gets to her feet. How many hit points have you got, Iris?
1.
Good, that's a good number of hit points to be on. These vines give you more struggle than you'd imagine. They're not super thick, but they are fighting back a bit to be lifted. And as you pull, you can see that there are some, they're growing into something which looks like a Garmon diseased orc.
Okay.
Damn.
The Garmon diseased orc is dead and has been dead for a while. Has things growing on it, but that's not new for Garmon.
Okay, when we get out of here and when I have a time, I need to check everybody because there's Garmon infestation down here. The vines are growing out of it.
I'm gonna cure wounds for Iris.
Sweet. It's 2d8 plus some stuff. Okay. You're a
Actually,
legend, don't you, Fresh?
Does our interaction here count as a short rest?
Yeah, you can totally have a short rest.
If you want to spend some
Right here, if you want.
Those hit dice that I already spent all of.
Oh, okay.
I do, however, get back my favourite.
Freya, what are you up to?
Being grossed out by the
There's a bit more
environment, pretty much.
and steam coming out of the vents.
We need to keep moving.
Yeah.
6 on the dice.
We don't have time before the
your
two boys
ability
go
mod.
wandering off into the sewers by
6,
themselves. And, I definitely
That's right.
gave him
Oh,
that
is it
sword
two
to make
each
them
dice?
feel better, not me.
He'll be fine, or I'll rescue him again and he'll owe me 3 times over.
There is
Is that counted out by you trying to take his head off or not?
The lights flicker out for a second, and Iris, you are the only person who can see in the monochrome of your dark vision a long, thin tendril snake its way around the corner. The lights come back.
I'm going to fire an acid bolt at it to draw attention. Look at that.
There is a glop of bright green acid lances in towards this thing. You can make me an attack check, please.
One of these. 11.
11 is not enough, but the acid bolt moves past something, and you guys look, and you can see the flickering mass of vines ringing the corridor. It doesn't look like Iris is firing at anything.
Is that where we need to go?
You're down that way, yeah.
You saw something?
It is vines underfoot. It is vines
Right,
everywhere.
well, let's go hit those vines.
All right,
then.
They're moving.
Stay behind me, and we just need to keep moving.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
And move forwards.
You start moving forwards. The corridor, there's a sudden corner that it takes.
Yeah.
You can see there are some doors. You have passed a couple of them that are buried behind the vines.
Pog
One of
staying
them,
still forwards?
Pog is definitely staying still forwards. One of them had a trap, which you triggered, and then Pog was like, get out, get out. You make your way round the corner, and you can see... All right, you are in a larger chamber now. There is more beyond. And in the larger chamber, you can see there is a hole in the ground from which a huge mass of these vines is pouring forwards with one great, thick main tentacle. There are, in the corners, there are some sacs which are pulsing with the amniotic, embryonic trolls. And the lighting is really dim in here. It is flickering on and off every now and again, but even when it's on, it's not coming through the thick mass of vines that are around here. And you can see the large form of the central Trollvine has turned and is moving towards you, and the vines all around you are starting to move as well. Immediate reactions.
Channel of Divinity turned.
Turn?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. You can...
If we're about to get swarmed, I feel like a big bubble of no, please go away.
What is the range on your turn, please?
Hold, please.
That's fine. So Jorg is turning. Freya, what are you doing
Is
immediately?
it blocking where we're trying to go?
You will have to move around it to get there. It may attack you as you go past. You could potentially move around it. It is very
I'm
steamy in
going
here.
to take out one of the vine grenades and chuck it off to a corner.
Okay, cool. A little tanglefoot bag thing. Great. So you pull out a
See
little
if it gets
tanglefoot bag
distracted or anything like
and
that.
you lob it off into a corner. There is a and massive vines grow out of this bag that you threw and start. They start fighting with the vines that are there. The vine thing's attention turns and moves over towards that corner. And it starts trying to clear the great big massive main tentacle. Starts moving the vines off of one of the egg sacs.
I'm going to try and just make it past.
Anything that can see or hear me?
Anything that can see or hear you.
plants
If
are
it
laughing,
fails a
but
wisdom
eyes
saving
and
throw,
ears.
it's turned for a minute.
I think it may not work.
Turn
against
creature
vines.
must spend its turn trying to move as far away from me as possible. Can't
Okay.
move into a space within 30 feet of me.
Sweet. You cast your turn at this thing, and you channel the weight of your faith through your shield. And there's a bright glow from the shield. Suddenly the area is much more illuminated, even through the steam, and you can see the silhouette of the creature lit by the blue from the front and the red from the back, creating the poster image. And the vine doesn't seem to care at all.
Okay.
Whatever it is natural.
Manipulated by, but
But
fundamentally.
not fundamentally of another power.
Noted.
And so
I
you
think I'm going to run with Freya and try and get around this thing.
sweet. You can
Whilst distracted.
you can make me an acrobatics or athletics at advantage because
Great.
you are a druid and get advantages against plants.
Okay.
Freya, you can simply make me an acrobatics.
That is 14, and I will give someone guidance. Come on, this
15.
way.
14, 15, Iris.
I'll take that guidance.
Yes.
Go for it.
Definitely should.
Living York. Well, that's all right. He can get it.
Needed it.
You did.
15, 18.
That's fantastic. Good job. What do you get, York?
Loads, like 100.
Hundreds and hundreds. All right.
9.
9. So there's and a tanglefoot bag appears on one of the troll sacks and starts to pierce into it. Immediately the vine reacts and starts trying to sweep it off, and while the central vine is distracted, you guys sneak around the other side. And this works fine. Frey, you get across first. Neve, you get across saying, come on, Iris. And Iris, shepherded because you're a little bit injured, get to the other side. And Jorg, bringing up the rear, the thing has cleared the tanglefoot bag off by this point and turns and goes whoop into you. It's going to attack you.
Burn, you don't have to say it.
All right, Jorg, it really hits you. I need to get you some better armor, man. It hits you
If I had time to spend the week I'd need to get fitted for plate mail, I'd get right on that.
18 points of damage.
18? Is that less my DR or not?
Yeah, so 15 in total. And you are picked up by this vine and slammed into the wall. And the wall vines start crawling over you and pinning you in place.
Little help. Moderate amount of help.
You can hear your perception check, please. I mean, as you are picked up and slammed into a wall and vines start crawling over you.
16.
16. Yeah, you can hear something skittering in the vents.
Large amount of help, please.
Who's there what?
Do I still have use of my arms?
Do you still have use of your arms?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just holding you there.
In that case,
Good choice.
Great. Hand over your mouth. Like that a lot.
with a eye out otherwise.
Frey, you're trying to shadow step over there.
Yeah, shadow step like above York and ready myself to stab.
Oh,
Okay, I like that a
no.
lot. Ready myself to kill you all.
Cut their vines.
Are you trying to cut
No, I'm
them
going
off,
for
or you-
The
the
thing in the
alien
grate.
thing.
Okay, cool. So,
The alien thing.
all right, you can make me a
Congratulations,
perception check, please, Freya, and you wait for the lights to. The lights flicker out for a moment,
16.
and it is darkness, and suddenly Freya is above you, Jorg, and there is a horrible slimy tadpole thing. Now you get a closer look at this, you can see that its arms, its massive limbs, each end in little webbed feet, and it starts padding down the wall towards Jorg. And yeah, make me an attack check, Freya.
Is it with advantage?
No, you can make me a single
No,
attack.
But it is the
not
only, it is the
the
only
vine.
enemy within 5.
The vine is an enemy.
Ooh.
Pretty close to me.
Yeah, it's not the only enemy within 5
Ooh.
feet.
You
You
don't
are
get any of us.
surrounded by enemies right now.
Can
No,
I?
I don't
give
hit
her-
him.
Can I give her advantage by being here?
You are currently pinned.
But I do. I said I have my limbs free.
You do have your limbs free. That's right.
Okay.
You're fine. Yeah, Jorg is attempting to grab the thing. You can make me an attack with advantage. That's fine. No, I'm happy with this.
Okay,
Nice.
I
Yes.
You hit.
hit 27.
Roll me damage.
With
That's 9 damage.
9 damage.
Without my sneak attack, I am not ready.
no, but you have sneak attack because you had advantage on the roll.
Oh,
So you get the dice.
Fine, yeah, fine. 10 is what you need. Freya, you jump in, shadow step in, and Shunsui goes straight through this thing and straight into one of the large thick vines and pins it in there. It flails and screams and dies. Jorg, it is dripping a bit of weird blue blood onto you.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
sure that'll
about
be
this.
fun.
Can you take me 2 points of acid damage
Ow.
as
Oh.
the blue blood drips onto
fling it.
you?
Fling
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Into the troll vine.
You fling it off. The Trollvine Freya is now going to have an attack at you.
Bonus action hide.
Into the vent. Climb in
You
the
could
vent.
get into the vent.
No, over the love of God.
Yeah.
Sweet. Freya flips up, and Freya, you are inside the vent. It is really steamy. It feels very uncomfortable in your leather armor here. Your skin is wicked and humid with moisture, and it's not super easy to breathe. You're not having any mechanical difficulties. I'm just saying it's really horrible in
And
here.
it's full of face huggers.
All right. These aren't face huggers. What are you talking about?
Fine.
Similar, but legally.
All right. And yeah, Freya, you can see into the steam-filled viney room. The vine reaches up, and there is a nasty protruding troll vine attempting to force its way down the vent and at you.
Oh, I mean, like trying to bat it away while backing up through.
I'm gonna attempt to pull myself free in a second when that's.
You can make me a strength saving throw to do that now. Yes, it is no. Jorg, you are. Jorg is being stuck there.
I will attempt to keep my hand over my mouth. If it's going to pin me here, I'd rather it pin me with my hand over my mouth than anything else.
That's fine. Iris, Neve turns to you and says, "Come on, we've got to free Yorg."
Okay.
And grabs you and starts running out.
What?
Neve, yeah, you can't see, you hear your voice, and you see Iris running off.
Iris, it's not me!
What?
It's not me!
What's going on? Says Neve right next to you.
I'm going to take an action to investigate this.
Okay, you can make me an investigate check.
I detect.
That's a nat 20.
Good time to roll
Nat
one of
20!
Alright, on a natural 20, you can see the shape of Iris off in the room that you were just standing in. The shape of Neve in the room you were just standing in, and you can see the shape of Neve standing right next to you, but there's something off about the Neve that's standing right next to you. You're not sure what it is. It's a weird flicker of a smile. It's a bit uncanny valley. This is a cursory sketch of Neve, but it doesn't hold up to scrutiny. You're pretty sure the thing standing right next to you is not Neve.
Oh, what does that smell like?
That's it, boss.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, shit.
How annoying.
So,
Well, if you will, let us roll natural 20s.
yeah, happens.
Let the dice tell the story.
Go for it.
I'll shout to Neve, "This is it! Get it!"
Right.
And myself, I'm going to... No, that's fine. As a bonus action, I'm going to cash in a 3rd level spell for 3 spell points.
Do it. Okay, so Iris charges up for a second, and then...
No, because I've only got 1 bonus action.
Okay, that's fine. So Iris begins charging.
Then I'm going to cast...
Something.
Yeah.
Freya, the Trollvine is making its way towards
Can
you.
I see anything in here?
In here, there is steam coming from behind you. And a great big vine coming down the vent. You could go backwards, or you could try and chop the vine up.
I will attempt to chop the vine up.
Okay, all right. This is more cramped than we usually fight, says Shinsui. And make me an attack check with disadvantage, but sneak attack. So if you hit, you'll do your sneak attack.
Oh, okay. 18.
18 is
Josh,
enough.
You activated Zoe's hidden powers of rolling with disadvantage.
And you start peeling this
27.
plant. 27, that's gross. All right, you lunge in with the silvered blade Shinsui, and you start spiraling frenzied, and this vine is just diced. You end up with horrible plant pulpy matter on the end of your blade, and the vine retreats from the air vent. And you can see the vine is deeply unhappy. It's just been chopped up horribly, and it's hanging apart like a cheese string that's been pulled now, with a lot of its power gone. Congratulations, Freya.
Another bit of the plant that swears on a forum going, I remember when plants used to be immune to sneak attack damage, it was much better.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, because it's standing right next to me, I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Mirror Image.
Okay, a 3rd level spell slot. What does that do? Gives you more mirror
No,
images?
it just means that...
It just means that she can
Because I don't have a 2nd level spell slot.
Got it. So Iris, suddenly, vroom, there are 4 copies of Iris standing in the same space. In fact, there are 5 copies of Iris standing in the same space.
Nice. Very nice adaptation.
With a woof, and one of them says, Neve, I don't know which one it is.
You've seen me do this. You know that the one that there's 4 of doing exactly the same thing.
They all do. They do subtly different things, but yes, they move in and out underground. But
Hey, Zoe. Hey, Amy, I'll tell you one thing you know about the real Iris. She's only got 1 hit point. Oh, wait, no, she's not. Damn it.
Yeah.
Freya, you can now see into the room. York, you are still pinned. You'd like to make me another strength save? Yeah.
Trying it out, yes, please. That is saving throw. Ooh, no saving throws. Hang on. No, I don't have proficiency in that.
All right.
Plus 7, 17.
Right, brilliant. York reaches down, grabs hold of the axe of Lancelot, and says, "We must not let this thing escape," and bursts free of the vines that were holding him and drops down onto the ground. The vines in this room have started to attack, and you can see that the troll sacks in the corners look like they might be about to hatch. Neve.
Do all of the irises have pogs on their shoulders?
Ooh,
Sexy.
At least 4 of them do.
All the irises have pogs on their shoulders.
Replicated.
No, okay, so that's very cool. Have some inspiration. One of the irises does not have a pog on its shoulder.
Fairy fire.
Sweet. I get saved, don't I?
I think you do. That is a dex saving throw.
Does a 14 save?
I don't know. How do I know?
You add your
8, 9, 10, 11. What's your wisdom modifier?
My whiz modifier is +3.
So yes, 14 will save. Unfortunately,
Okay.
there is a and
It doesn't
the
work.
area is lit up, but it feels like the glitter is being suppressed by the steam, and it's just pushed down onto the ground.
It's darted out of the way.
But yeah, that would have been a cool thing to do. Freya.
Freya
Damn
is
it.
dangling upside down from the vent, shouldering her crossbow,
Okay,
trying to use a crossbow upside down.
sweet.
And
Freya pops out.
there's a lot of irises. I'll just shoot an iris.
Make me an investigate check, please. I'm not going to make you roll to attack. I'm going to make you roll to discern.
9.
Right, sweet. One of your mirror images, Iris, goes "Thudunk," and a bolt flies through it.
and it disappears.
Yes, it disappears. But you still have 3 images up.
Yeah, I've got 2 now.
You got 2. Okay, so there are now 4 irises standing there. You're up, and then Iris.
Gonna pick an iris and grapple it.
Okay, make me a investigation check, please.
I want to attack 1 iris each.
19.
19. Okay, sweet. You grab an iris. Make me an athletics check, please.
15. 15 on 8 is not bad.
What do you get? 15.
15.
Okay. You grab hold of Iris
Yeah.
and you swing her round.
Yeah.
And Iris grabs hold of your arms.
Yeah.
And this 17-year-old girl
Yeah.
easily overpowers you.
Yeah. Cool. Have I still got the right target?
Hey, what are you saying?
I've felt how strong you are before.
Yeah, your arms are twisted backwards, and Iris's face warps a little bit. There's a heat shimmer here, and you can see a bulbous face with 2 yellow slitted eyes looking at you. It's like a giant toad thing.
I'm gonna smack my head forward into it, mostly out of reflex more than anything else. I'm gonna try and headbutt it.
Okay, as you go to headbutt the creature, I'd like you to take me a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
Can you be made frightened?
With your paladin.
I'm gonna make the save.
Yeah, make the saving check. That's fine. We'll come to this in a second. Meanwhile, the iris has been discovered, and the fake iris has been discovered, and there is now a half iris, half frog monster that is currently grappling with Yorg. Yorg is on the losing end of this grapple.
17.
Iris. 17. 17 is enough to save. Okay, yeah. Make me an attack check. Meanwhile, Iris. This won't kill it.
Okay. I'm going to use bonus action to convert 6 spell points into a level 4 spell slot.
Iris, hang on. One moment.
And then use that to cast Banishment on it.
Whoa.
Can it take me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Please. Please give me a wisdom saving throw. That might do it. It's how wise is it? Oh no, it's -2 wise. Does a 12 save?
It does not.
Booger. Okay, Yorg, you rolled a natural 1.
I did roll a natural one.
Oh! Does he manage to?
No, because you wouldn't come
He'll
back.
come back in a minute.
Yeah, but all right. So Yorg, you rolled a natural 1, and as you did, you went to headbutt this creature, and it reached up with some horrible, sticky, frog-like fingers, and prized your mouth open, and started to vomit a little tadpole creature into you. And as it was like a horrible kiss of life, it is gone.
Cool. I still had a rag across my mouth and that's anything, but...
Still had a rag. It started to chew through it, but it was gone.
Okay. Thank you. Whoever that was.
Is it gone now?
Where is
Like
it?
proper
I
gone?
don't know.
That is not as comforting as you would believe. What? Anybody know what that was?
Is the plant
Pog,
still
is there any
angry?
more?
That was it, says Pog. Neve, you are hit by the Trollvine.
Oh yeah.
It slams in at you. Can you please take me 18 points of damage?
Yes, I can.
And
No
a strength saving throw as it pushes you into the vines where you are attempted to be entangled.
Get off.
You've got advantage on this. You've got
A strength
advantage
save
on
at
this.
advantage.
It's a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look at that. Let's just not do
That's
that.
inspiration talk.
No, that's right. Okay, so my best was like
Triple
3.
advantage, ladies and gentlemen.
I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 1 in quick succession.
Okay, Neve, your attention was...
Did you inspiration into a nat 1?
I did inspiration into a nat 1.
Your attention was focused on what was going on with Iris.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you came over and you didn't see this plant that came around like a baseball bat and slammed you into a wall right next to one of the troll eggs, which opens up a little bit.
I'm
And
gonna lump an axe into it.
sweet.
Freya, get the other troll eggs. Iris, help me.
I am not killing eggs. These are not worthy opponents.
Quite right, child.
I am standing in the middle of the room going like, I'm not...
Iris, kill the eggs. Freya, help me. I'm gonna lump into the troll egg.
I love this. Okay,
There was that moment of pause from Jorg as he's like,
you come lump into the troll
what?
eggs. All right, Jorg, you are able to go and dispatch an egg. Freya, standing in the middle of the room, the Trollvine is going to attack you. It's going to hit you. Can you take me 18 points of damage, please? As this vine slams you into a wall. Can you take me a strength save, please, against the vines grabbing you? I will stand here.
When you say 10?
No, 10 is insufficient. You are bound, Freya, by one of these eggs, which opens up and a gout of steam comes out.
Oh, if only I could have avoided that somehow.
If only there was something I could have done. Jorg, you have lumped. I'm not going to make you roll. You have dispatched one of these troll eggs. Neve.
Thunderwave.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Neve crackles her eyes a little bit, and there's
Thundercats, only more.
You can take me a single point of damage, Neve, as you are. Boom! Neve is blown across the room like an explosive charge hit the wall behind her, and
The Trollvine takes
fails to save.
It fails to save, takes 18 points of damage from me.
Okay, cool.
Does it hit the troll egg as well?
Sure, why not?
Iris, was that the last? Was that what we were here to kill?
Yeah, it was, boss. There's a
Yes.
Right.
Is there any more?
Get everybody out of here. I'm gonna go and get Freya. Start moving towards the exits. Let's get out of here. We don't need to be in this bloody room anymore.
The Trollvine retreats.
Nice.
It does not like the Thunderwave and the continued attack. It is going to go and lick its wounds and try and grow some more trolls.
I am going to go and
You
get.
can it's
we-
fine. You can see in the chamber. You can easily hack apart the vines, pulling Freya and Neve to the walls. Neve has freed herself from the Thunderwave, which scared the Trollvine away.
Tinnitus.
There is a room beyond. The vines have stopped moving now. Oh, they're moving very slowly and sluggishly. They're not attacking. There is a room beyond, and then there is the way that you have come, and there is a great pit in the floor through which the Trollvine came.
Is there?
Can you close that pit with earth?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Arcana check, please.
Ooh.
In here? Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
no pit.
Nope.
That's a bad
Absolutely
distinction.
not.
Is that a nat one?
That is a nat 1. This is
Brilliant.
bad dice today.
Okay.
Yeah, your dice are not being pleasant to you at all.
No.
Neve, you reach out to try and close the pit, and you hear. Neve, you fall unconscious.
Oh, nice.
And as you fall unconscious, you hear, "O know my follies, good my tribe, and well this psychic missive tend, that you may undo this great woe, if it is in your powers to mend. As we who drink from others know the darkening hunger of the thirst, let not the taste for madness grow, lest all our empire be accursed." And there is slightly more to this poem, but you are struggling to hear it as Neve is in fits on the floor. She is shaking and frothing a bit at the mouth.
I'm gonna pin it down.
Sure, medicine check. Pinning her down is easy. I'm making a...
5.
5. Yeah, she's. Who knows, man? She's gone crazy. You can see. Yeah, there's.
Was I able to free Freya?
Freya has been free.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
you're all free now at this point.
We need to.
Yeah,
We
I
should
can help
leave.
carry her. We can get her out of here.
We should leave.
Chat says,
Iris.
"Oh no, poetry."
Iris, just I'm going to put a spare dying into her while I'm here because it's the only thing I know to. It's the only thing I know to stop her dying.
Sure. Yeah. Into Neve.
Yeah. Iris, do we need anything else from in here, or are we leaving?
I think that's it.
Well, don't look at me, boss. There's only one more room in here.
Do we want to go into the final room, or are we
So
leaving?
you've got the big circular chamber with the Trollvine, the way you came in, and then there is a room off of it.
Should we?
Iris, Freya, go and check that last room, and then we're leaving. I'm just going to hold Neve
I'll
until
take
this stops.
the
I
black
hope
cube
this stops.
Neve, just in case.
Yeah.
It needs got a restricted room, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Great. You head up. There is a there is a door. It does have a restriction rune on it.
I will
Sorry. Okay.
use the cube. I just check I'm not on one hit point. I'm not. It's good.
I was about to ask. Ha ha! You touch the cube, and it shakes a little bit, and you can take me a single point of psychic damage, and the door slides up. You step in, and this room is made of black stone, and you can see it's not very big. There's a little console in the middle of the room, like a black stone table with tablets and runes on it. And to the side, there are 4 little like shower cubicles. They're little sealed pods made of glass. 2 of them have been completely destroyed. And there's glass all over the floor. They were clearly destroyed very recently. There were creatures in there. There was a thing that looked a bit like an elf, and there was a thing that looked a bit like a fox person, and they are very dead on the floor, bleeding out.
Currently bleeding out.
Currently, they are dumping blood onto the floor.
I will try and spare the dying on them.
Okay, you run over and try and spare the dying on them. I will tell you the results of exactly what happens in a second, but for now, you run over and you attempt to spare the dying on these guys.
My little elemental fox is bathing my forehead with a water tail.
Yeah, it's gently wiping away at the stress of this. Your fit has subsided.
Good.
I have a healing potion in my belt. I'm going to use that.
You uncork the healing potion and go to feed it to Neve, and Neve comes round. You do not need to use your healing potion.
You good?
I'm okay.
Freya, you're in the room as well. You can see that.
Turns out these rocks don't like being told what to do.
Yeah. So you can see that there are 4 chambers, 2 of which
Something
had
like that.
creatures in them. They've been smashed open and destroyed. The other 2 chambers are open.
Do not like Iris. These guys. Let
I'll
them
ignore that.
go.
That's fine. There's writing above each of the chambers, but it's in that weird script,
Yep, we'll get there if we have 10 minutes.
which you don't speak. That's fine. And you kneel down to try and spare the dying on the.
Can I ask Shinsui if he can smell any rube off of these 2?
Shunsui says,
Take a charisma check.
yeah, take me a charisma save, please.
That way you can feel better since we killed Iris.
Yeah, Freya rolls over and beheads the creature that you are attempting to spare the dying on.
Freya!
They have the thing
I'll get to the
bombs
next
in
one.
them.
Take me a charisma save.
They have the thingbobs in them.
20.
Would you like to behead this other creature?
Yes.
All right, Freya beheads both the creatures you were attempting to spare.
Is everything okay in there, you
One of
two?
them probably could have been saved.
We're all good.
Now we won't know anything.
He wasn't going to tell us anything.
You don't know that.
I now see why I came here. This was the birthplace of the Mooncurser.
Really?
I thought I had dispatched them all. They must have not been working alone and copied the pattern to this continent.
Wait, so people are making more moon curses?
Not now.
Are we leaving?
Yep.
Cool.
No.
Why not?
Come see this.
I'm going to hobble
I'm
over.
going to help Neve up.
What is it?
I don't know, but it's. Give me some time and I can tell you.
Shouldn't we reckon that we're going to get turned into moon cursor type of things?
Looking at these.
There are 4.
Looking at the Trollvine things,
Yeah.
like.
Those 2
Do
are
we have
open.
the time to do this? Are we
The other
in
2, I imagine, are
immediate
the bug
danger?
things.
Neve,
then-
you've come back up.
If the moon cursor's 1, who's the other one?
The Trollvine could come up at some point,
Moon
but it's
cursor's
not
from a
likely
different
to do it immediately. You have a little bit of time.
We've
but
got a
then
bit
you-
of time.
Then you want to get
A
out.
little bit of like these rooms are still flashing, and I'm not 100%.
The
sure.
red light of the runes has stopped flashing. It is now merely a low, guttural
We
white.
have about 15 minutes to get back to the boys before they start doing heroic things in the sewers.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, give me
We've
10
got some
minutes then.
time.
Sure. Okay.
So I will spend 10 minutes casting
You
it.
don't have to use it as a ritual. You can cast it as a spell.
No, I can't.
All
I
right.
have no spell slots left.
Sweet.
I'm gonna spend my time looking at the hole.
No, I need 2. I need 2 source points. I've only got 1, so no.
Right.
I do need 10 minutes.
And there is a... Sweet. Okay. You cast Identify.
Everyone else, I imagine, is catching their breath and taking
Catching their
short
breath and
rest.
Yeah.
taking
I'll
short
have a look
rests.
down the hole.
Yeah, okay, Freya, you go and have a look down the
Is
hole.
it dark down there?
It is very dark
Somewhere
down
that
there.
I could shadow step to?
Yes, you could.
I don't shadow step.
What do you get? Make a dex save.
I was doing like a.
Oh, is this
Would I
how-
have the willpower to?
What's
stop
your wisdom
myself
check?
from doing
What's your
it?
wisdom save?
Oh,
You're now proficient in wisdom
plus
saves.
1. Oh no, yeah, 4. So
12.
Yeah.
On a 12, you manage to go, you know what, it's probably not a good idea to teleport down there and get eaten by a plant. Congratulations, Freya, that is
feel
growth,
like you've
if nothing else
grown
is.
as a person.
You can have some inspiration for
Oh.
not teleporting to your death.
I also didn't teleport to my death.
Well, you
An achievement for you, Iris.
It's expected. So, Iris, you take a second, you acclimatise your eyes, and the runic characters start shifting in front of you. The 2 plates at the top of the destroyed cubicles have been defaced.
Mhm.
It is very difficult. You can't tell what they say. So numbers 4 and 3 are gone. Number 2 is open and says Moon Cursor on it. Number 1 is open and says Garlon above it.
I will relay this information and turn my attention to the tablets.
Sure.
We understand how they've been made, maybe we can understand how they can be
If this
done.
is going to need to be another spell, we need to be moving.
Right. You
We need to
you
go
grab
ready
the
to
tablets
so
and you
we
can
can
do the
go.
reading
Yeah.
outside.
Garlon, why is...
As you start making your way, there's a and the vine comes
Go,
back
go,
up.
go, go, go!
You guys roll, and the vine is chasing down the corridor towards
shut
you.
up.
This is a
Oh, yes.
skill challenge to get out,
Oh,
guys.
no, not a skill challenge.
Okay, so
We've had a vine tanglefoot thing.
lovely. You throw it, mark it off, and that is 1 success that you have as a.
Right, so
as
you have
the-
one thunder. You have one
What
thunder.
are we
stone.
rolling against?
What are you trying to do?
How are we getting
Describe
out?
to me how you're getting out. The vines, the corridor is coming to life. The vines are starting to grab
I'm
around you.
gonna just go axe happy at the front.
Sweet.
Just hacking holes.
You'll make me a attack check, please. Simply to try and cleave your way through.
18.
18. You've got a good weapon for this, and the axe of thunder leaves a vroom, 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 and like in lieu of a machete, you are cleaving a path through the narrowing corridor as the vines close in around you, and the lights flicker even lower. Neve.
My brief stint in the terrible poetry of the Illithids has given me just a better idea of how these plants work now, and I am using my Arcana knowledge to dodge the vines as I run.
Oh, okay.
Which
You
gives
can make
me-
me nature, but it's the same skill for you. so it
That's
doesn't
fine, yeah. Which gives me a 22.
On a 22, that's lovely. All right, so Neve rolls through the gap that Yorg has cleaved aside. Iris, what are you up to?
So we're running back up through the.
You're running back
tunnel.
up through the time. You're just trying to get out of the Trollvine area.
That's what we're going to do. I'm going to use. This might not work, but I'm going to try it. And I'm going to try and use a minor illusion of a party running down a different corridor as we turn and go up. We go. There's an illusion of.
I like
party
that a
going
lot.
down
So
there.
yeah, you
Will it work on a plant? Who
Iris
knows?
creates
Or the sound
yeah.
of the party going that way.
Okay, Iris creates the sound of a party going that way. And can you please make me a dexterity saving throw? And
Right.
right, Iris turns and casts an illusion, and the Trollvine does not seem to care. Some vines appear from underneath Iris and grab around her ankles. Freya.
I am going to place myself between Iris and the vine.
Okay, so Freya rolls between Iris and the vine. Good. Focus on your defense, you furious. Okay, what are you going to do? The vine is charging towards Iris.
The action to just try and bat away the vine when it gets here and give Iris some
It's
time.
really, it's like a tree, but okay, here we go. In it comes towards you, Freya.
I've fought trees before.
That's true. You brought them to a draw. Okay. Please roll me an attack check, Freya.
That tree lost.
That's true. You have beaten
Then
a
there was
tree.
a dragon.
Roll me an attack check, Freya. You really hit.
Yes.
Okay. You have
26.
injured. There we go. All right. So you may not attack and you may not attack anymore to succeed at these checks, but you have injured this plant, which gives you a chance to break free of the vines that are grappling you. What would you like to do? It recoils.
I'm just going to run.
Sure.
I have no better thing to do.
Athletics
than
or
to try
acrobatics?
and
I don't
run
mind
away.
your choice.
15.
15 is pretty good. Okay, sweet. Neve, you've held the vines open for the party. Yorg is hacking a path through, and Iris comes running past, and Freya is holding a rear guard action just at the edge. What are you going to do to secure her withdrawal?
I'd like to send my little firefox at this thing.
You turn out block.
No, wait. Oh,
Yeah.
can I do a cool thing?
Yeah, go on.
While the fox is behind me,
Sure.
Shunsui, I just raise Shunsui in front of my face, look in the reflection of the corridor behind me, and use that to shadow step. That way.
Oh, that's extremely cool. Okay, sweet. So the Firefox appears and breathes a great wall of flame as you see the light flickering up the blade, and make me a dexterity saving throw to get out of there just in time.
15.
15 is fine. Congratulations, guys. And you all make it out of the Trollvine area of the compound. Congratulations. You make your way past the sleeping quarters with the strange surgical tools, past the terrifying ghost theatre and the black rock surrounded by dead mind flares. You make your way past where the fox was plugged in as a battery. The lights are really dim by this point, the room's not glowing very brightly at all, and you make your way to the entrance to the upper level. And the sewers, where waiting for you, you find...
Hello! Hello!
We call ahead.
We are calling.
Hello?
That's what we were going to.
My
Lord
lord,
Box
your
and
highness.
the King in Colours.
Whew.
There are a few Grun Beretan
Yay!
who are around them. They are standing guard around the King in Colours. You are greeted warmly, and the King in Colours and Lord Bucks have been speaking, and the Lord Bucks says, if you will please escort me to the surface.
Yes.
My friend here has business down here.
I say to the Green Berets,
Yep.
if you take us to that arms cache, I think I can open that door now.
We will come and find you. We have other places we need to attend to first.
Okay.
They need to guard the king first.
They are super up for that. They're very interested. But Lord Bucks wants to get up to
We have
the top.
priorities.
But as a GM, it's me saying yes, that can happen.
Sure.
Do we?
And I'm gonna round this up. Lord Bucks leads you guys, and you leave the damp stillness of the Underdark into the moist smell of the sewers, past the
I never
dead
thought this
bodies
would be an
that you have
upgrade.
dropped, and you climb through. The Grun Beretan lead you a slightly different way, a quicker way. You climb through one of the buildings, and you find yourself in a cellar, and a door is opened, and you are greeted by the sound of singing. There is a carol somewhere in the distance, and as the first breath of fresh air that you've had in a while comes over the entire party, you can see that the sky, the night sky, is lit with twinkling snow, and the sound of people celebrating Midas-tide. And Lord Bucks looks and says, well, Merry Midas-tide, everybody.
Very Midas-tide.
And that is where we are going to leave this session. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this. We certainly have. If you have, you can watch all of our previous episodes up on YouTube. You can check out our Discord channel, link below, and you can always watch us live every week on twitch.tv/CellpenGM.
With the exception of next week.
With the exception of next week when we will be taking a break. Until next time, keep rolling them dice. Bye-bye!
Bye.
All right.